Okay, so last session we have completed basics of sketching and as well as the relation part. So today what we'll do some exercises before going to the next things. Okay, we'll see how we can use the sketcher tool to create a sketches and how to define them. Okay. So I'm starting with this exercise where you can see we have 120 distance, 20, 25, 5 and 90-degree angle is given here. So we're going to start with this exercise. So we'll take front plane and click on sketch icon. You can directly click from here by selecting a plane, or you can go to sketch and take a sketch option and then select a plane. Now we'll draw a line of 120. So I'll take a line, and the line I'll take midpoint line. So it will be middle because if you see the sketch carefully, it's symmetrical about the center. So we'll do one thing, we'll make a middle line and then we'll just specify the dimension this to be 120. So that become equal about the center. Now you can press L for the line command. Okay, because line we have a shortcut. So maximum time line you can use a shortcut L, and dimension that we already created shortcut we can use D. So we can, this two shortcut is very useful for many things, line and dimensions. Now next again I have to go to line, I'll just press L and I make a line. In this line that I created, I want to take in construction form. You select and convert to construction form. Again press L, activate that and make one line. Now I want to mirror these things. Okay, I want to mirror these things. For mirroring, so we'll go to mirror command. We'll select the object to mirror. These all object I want to select. Now here we click mirror about object and then we'll select a center line and do OK. Still it is not fully defined. You see half blue, half black sketch is there. So we'll define one dimension that is 90 that is missing. We'll put 90-degree angle here to here, a 90-degree angle. Now we'll specify what is the remaining thing that is not specified. So it is moving too much down. So we'll see 20, 25, 5. It's moving too much down. We can move upward. So we'll make sure that it should be near to that aligning horizontal to this particular line. Now it will be defined. Okay, you can see how it is made. Now let's make another exercise. So when you're making exercises, make one exercise only in one page and define that and save that. Okay, but it's not like AutoCAD, we make everything into one single page, everything. So make one exercise, one page. Let's make the second one. Let's go with this one, second one from here. So you can take a new file, Control N, and take a new part. Okay. Setting to white background. Take any one plane, click on sketch button. Now here we have circles, so we can drag the mouse and we can directly take a circle like this by the mouse gestures. Now we can specify the dimensions. Let's put D and just make this to be 20 dia and this to be, so 20 radius is given, so we can make 40 dia. And this we can define 25 dia and 25 radius means 50 dia. So that dia we can change into radius by selecting and just changing this by this icon to radius. Now we'll specify again, we'll take D and we'll specify. Okay, let's draw the lines first, then we'll just distance them. So I'll draw some line, making this line to be exactly horizontal. This is already vertical. Pressing D and just adding a distance that is 150, 100. Now I'll just make a line here and one line here we can draw. Let's extend this. And now I'm going to trim that extra part and then the circle we can trim. And now we can add a fillet here. So we can use fillet tool, define the radius value to be 40. Select this line and do OK. Yes, this is how we made this one. Let's go to the next exercise. Okay, let's make this one new, Control N. Press Ctrl N. Okay. Again, we'll take a plane and sketch. So let's make this one first. I'm making one circle here. I think I forgot to add a dimensions here. So let's mention this 20 radius and 20 dia, 20 and 20. One is 20 radius, so you can make this radius 20. Okay, that we have. Two circles. Now second circle we can make here. One more and here also. That is 70 distance, so I'll put D and make this to be 70. And here also 70. So we'll specify that this is to be 10 radius and outer one is 10 dia. This 10 dia and 10 radius means 20 dia. So we can make this equal. This equals to this will take equal. This is equal to this one. Now we'll add a line here also. Now we'll take a circle command and we'll draw a circle that will be tangent to both the circles. Okay, that should touch our tangent. Now maintaining this trim, this portion, and this portion. You can define. Let's here we will maintain one tangency. What's become overdefined? Let's remove that. Let's define remaining thing. What is not defined? So make sure this point will be vertical. This point to be horizontal. That's not picking. Press Control and this point, make it horizontal. Okay. Now we'll define other circles. That is equal to this only. So same dimension, equal. We'll define the position that is 55. And 43. This is 63. Sorry, wrong circle. 63. And that one you can select. From here. 30. See, the sketch has been defined. Let's make this one. Let's take a new file. Okay. Let's select a plane and we'll make a rectangle. So I'll make it fillet all the sides. We'll take fillet command. We'll select this all and make it 20. Okay, so radius is 20, so I put a 20. Okay, before that, we can do one thing. Let's define 100 distance because it's a square now. So let's make it 100. Make this this line to be equal. Now we'll just make, okay, if we don't need the diagonals, we can delete it. But then in that case, we have to maintain. This will be with respect of origin to be horizontal vertically fixed. So I'll just maintain that. Now it is perfectly defined. Now we can add radius, use this option, keep constant corner. So it will be remain the dimension. So define the radius value to be 20. Okay. Now we'll take a slot tool, define two slots. So let me correct them to be exactly vertical. Now I'll maintain what the dimension is there. It is 15. And I have to maintain this to be 30. And also I'll maintain with respect of center. So I'll just make it horizontal. So it will become equal both sides. Then we'll define what is the value of this portion, that is 20. Now we'll mirror this other side. So we'll make one and we can mirror it. So mirror entities, select the object and click about center line and OK. Let's do more exercise. So we'll just draw a circle because in this diagram you see 90 diameter, 136 diameter and 36 radius is given. So I'll make a circle, 3 circles. I'll specify all that values. One is 90 dia, one is 136 dia, and one is 36 radius is given. So you can make 36 multiplied by 2, it will take the diameter 72. Let's represent it diameter but different way. So like this I represented it. This is the radius, so let's represent radius form. Now we'll put center line. Now I'll place one line here and trim it half. And maintaining the total 18 distance from the center line, 18. And we'll mirror it other side. Mirror command, selecting the line and click about mirror about entities and select the center line. Do OK. Now I can trim this portion and this portion and this portion. Now what we'll do, we'll mirror it. Sorry. Now we'll pattern this. So we'll go here, a circular pattern. We'll select all. The total, if you see 6 items are there, we'll increase this to 6 items. Do OK. And then we'll do trimming. And do OK and exit. Okay. Now let's see another exercise. So we'll create now this exercise. We have circle, 2 circular shape if you see. So I'll start with that sketch, take a plane, make circles, specify the radius value. So I'll give 20 dia and 80 dia. Change this to radius. This is 40 dia. And change this to also radius. Okay. So that is given us. Now we'll make outer part. So I'll draw a line from random point. Straight line. See the shape, just draw that shape. And take a reference of center. We'll make one center line, we'll make it half, we'll half mirror it exactly. So make sure this line and this line should be collinear to each other. And define what the distances are there. So from center, 85, this is 70, and this is 15. Now defining the total distance, if you see the diagram, this we can define total distance 120. And from this point, that is 90. And this is 40. Now we can mirror this portion. Okay, we'll go to mirror entities, or you can add fillet and then mirror it. Huh? It will be better because time will be saved in that. So you can add fillet here, define the radius 5, and trim this half here, and apply the radius here also. 5 radius and OK. Now we'll select this portion. No, not fillet, sorry. So select this solve portion that you have to mirror entities. Go to mirror about, select the center line and do OK. Now we have to only trim. Diagram is ready. Next, let's take another exercise. Okay, so let's take a new file, Control N. Okay. So I'll just take again a white plane and take front plane. So we'll define all the circle as per the diagram. We have circle shape in this portion. So let's make as much circle we have. So specify all the dias. Let's define D 75, 60, 50, 20, 30. Like this, I define all the diameters that we have. So representation type you change. It will be easy to understand what values we have taken. Okay, that is dia only now. So this we have represented. Now we'll make one center line here for reference purpose to draw. And let's create that circle portion first. I just need this two circle to be construction form. I'll convert into construction form. Now let's take a circle and draw a circle here, intersection point. Draw two circles. Let's define the values. One is 18 dia and one is 8 dia. So I need four like this, the same shape. I'll go to circular pattern. Select this, and do OK. Make sure that should be coinciding with the circle exactly everywhere. On side. So that will be get defined properly. Okay, define, no issues now. There's some extra dimensions coming. You can delete if some this kind of thing is coming. We can delete that. Now we'll put that inside. Now we'll make another two circles there. We'll define a circle here and one more. Let's specify the value that to be 10 diameter and this to be 24 diameter. So make sure this circle will be tangent with both the circle, this and this to be tangent, and this and this to be tangent. Again, some dimension came, just delete that. Sometime it make extra things, you have to delete that and make tangent. Now what is the problem? So again, speaking some relations. Let's do undo. If that case is there, we have to undo and we have to understand. We'll be coinciding with this. Let's do one thing, maintaining some angle to that part, because let's maintain this to be at 45 degree. And this circle to be over this one side. Now let's make this one again. Let's take somewhere over that line and just try to make this and this to be tangent. This to be tangent. Let's put some value on this part. Again, somewhere it's stopping us. So let me delete this and just specify the value will be 24 diameter. Okay, so this will be the outcome. So you automatically adjust it. Some relation will be stopping. You have to check that. Okay, now let's change this to radius 12. Now we can circle these two circles that we have made. We can circular pattern, or you trim it first completely properly, and then also you can pattern that. Like this, I'll have to trim. Let's try to pattern this now. This and this too. Go to circular pattern and do OK. Okay, let me do little undo because it is trimming here. So I'll try trim here. Now I'll do the pattern. So this and this and do OK. Now make sure this and this you maintain tangency everywhere and then trim it. Trim. See here, it's created perfectly. Now, this is completed. Let's do that other one. Last exercise we'll do. So let's take a new. So let's take a new file, Control N. Okay. So we'll take a plane and we'll just make this circles. So I'm putting dimensions to be 20 means 40 and this is 16. We'll make some center line and we'll make a center line here also and here also. We'll specify the distance between them, radius, the distance angle between them 45 degree as per the diagram, 45 degree. Now you go to slot option, center point arc slot, define this one here till here and make a slot. One more you can take, one on this and one on this. You can make like this. Now we just define that radius value, that is 10 and 20. Now we'll place some radius here. So we cannot apply fillet. So we will use 3-point R because we have closed areas. So make a fillet of radius 15 and make that to be tangent with this and make here tangent to be the circle. Now we'll just mirror this other side. We'll go to mirror entities, select this and mirror about the center line and do OK. Make here also that to be tangent. This to be also tangent. Okay, now it's taking over dimension when I'm defining one tangent. Let's delete the tangent initially. Now make all things, just make coincide with this. It's again define over define. Let's see. We have to cross verify everything. This and this to be coinciding. And let's trim extra line. I'll keep that till that points. Now trim that circle. Trim this also. Okay, now let's maintain tangency. This to be tangent. Still it's not defining. Let's make it here. This to be tangent. Okay, let's start. Okay, so this we have to define it. Let's see what is the remaining, why it's not defining. Okay, so some extra dimension will come automatically. Just delete them. We don't need to them. So make sure this and this to be concentric, because generally in this cases now that small issues will become. You have to find out, like I'm trying to solve it. Okay, so try to maintain tangent here also wherever possible. Just see it, where I'm defining some things becoming over defined. Okay, we have to check. So which is remaining now? Here also it's picked that dimensions. So maintain that should be vertically aligned with respect of that. Then what is now? Let's check it is moving. So means I have to stop with this height. Any height is there? Missing. Some distance is missing, I think. If you define this distance, it will be defined. Let's keep it for 50. Some distance is missing. Okay, so like that way we can define it. So all things defined, everything is defined. Only what is moving, that part is moving. So this way you can define the exercise. Understood?